What's going on, guys? Kilo here with MaddenTurf.com, bringing you guys some ranked gameplay. In this video, I am the Seahawks, which I will explain in a minute, and my opponent is the Kansas City Chiefs. Basically, what I'm going to be doing in this video, guys, is kind of going over, number one, my first ranked game of the year. It's kind of what I'm going to be playing this year. I'm not really going to be messing with MUT too much, and, come to find out, I actually truly hate Draft Champions. Despite how much I thought I was going to like it, it's probably my least favorite game mode, so I probably won't be playing that much either. Mostly ranked. And maybe a little bit of MUT towards the end of the year or something when you can get a team pretty cheap. But I'm not going to be dropping a whole lot of money into MUT, so I'm not going to play it early on. Definitely not going to be dropping a lot of time into it either, which is the other option. So, like I said, in this video, I am the Seahawks, guys. Let me give you guys a little explanation regarding that, because usually I am very much so an avid supporter of don't play with the best team in the game. This year, however, they changed something with the way that they match you up in ranked. You can't see your opponent's team anymore. You can't see who you're playing, who they're picking, anything of that nature. You just pick your team and then go to matchmaking, and it puts you in the game. So because of that being the system, I'm not going to be that guy that ends up picking the Jaguars and then go into the game and find out I'm playing the Seahawks. It's just not going to happen, especially if ranked is the primary game mode that I am playing. I like to put myself in the best position to win. And on the blind like that, Seattle is the team that obviously does that. Before previous years, when you could see who you're matching up against, I would always pick like the Cowboys or the Bills or somebody along that line. And I would still play Seattle quite often, even when I was picking those teams. But, if I wasn't in the mood to play Seattle, or I wasn't really in the mood to play very competitively, I could always just choose not to play against Seattle or, one of the top tier teams with like the Bills, for example. And because that's not an option, we're not even going to take the chance. We're just going to roll with the Seahawks in ranked games this year. Another interesting thing about ranked is that you can no longer back out of the playbook thing and have it stay set. You actually have to hit the A button on Xbox One or the X button on PS4 to confirm your playbook changes. I found that out the hard way because in this game I am running the Seattle offense and the Seattle defense. And, I was a little lost. Not going to lie, I was a little lost on offense and defense in this game. Thankfully, they did have one defensive formation that I was very familiar with. And offensively with the Seahawks, Marshawn Lynch is just an animal, absolute animal. So, running the ball is fairly easy with him. So you can see right now my opponent is up 3-0. It definitely doesn't stay this way. We did get our offense clicking here, a little bit into the game. I am actually missing the very tail end of this footage as well. I'm not sure what happened to it. I'm not sure if my computer ran out of space to record, because I know my hard drive was pushing the limits there for a little while. Or if I just accidentally cut it off and then, did something else so that I couldn't go back and grab it. Not really sure. Either way, though, we are missing the tail end of the game, but by that time, you should have a kind of a good grasp of where the game was headed. As far as the game itself goes, do I like it? I think I love it. I know that's probably weird to hear from me with a new Madden. Usually I'm the first one to say, oh, this Madden's shit, this Madden's trash, so on and so forth. As far as regular teams go, I love it. Absolutely love the game. I think it's great that we have a full run game back inside and out. I think it's great that things that should be beating certain coverages are beating certain coverages. Rather than, like cover 3 last year, you couldn't hit the seam. The seam was like a no-fly zone because the corner from the sideline would come in and snatch it. All things considered, guys, I love this game. I think they actually put out a very, very good product this year. I had a couple gripes. My number one gripe was the quarterback inaccuracies. They're a little bit over the top, in my opinion. I would like to see that toned down. I don't think that, an NFL-level quarterback should be sailing 50% of their passes in a given game out of bounds. But, if that doesn't get changed, it won't really ruin the game for me. So, it's not that big of a deal, I guess. We can get around it, but that's one of my problems with the game. And then my other problem with the game, actually, Zan fixed. I didn't like the fact that, my screen was talking to me all the time. It was like, under pressure, low pass, high pass, bullet pass. And then, with the catch icons added into that, aggressive catch, rat catch, whatever. And it just got to the point where I was just like, really, come on, man, this is so distracting. You've got words bouncing all over the screen. Looked like one of those like old Batman cartoons with the pow, bam, so on and so forth, just flashing up on the screen. It's very, very distracting, in my opinion. But Zan did tell me that under the visual feedback, you can turn that off, which, I know that's stupid that I didn't look there, I guess, but I just didn't even notice that was an option. in the settings, so I didn't look at it. But we got those turned off finally, and now I'm liking what's going on my screen as well. But yeah, so the game, awesome, guys. I absolutely love it. My experience with Draft Champions, a little bit different. This is kind of my feeling with Draft Champions and MUT. My prediction is that if that aggressive catch is overpowered anywhere, it's going to be there. I don't think in reg teams it's really a big deal at all, to be honest with you. But in Draft Champions, I definitely noticed that it's a little bit overpowered when they have great receivers and you're working with those low-level corners. And from my experience anyway, it doesn't seem like you can draft a solid D-line and solid corners in the same draft. Like, you're always going to be lacking in one area or the other. So with the run game as strong as it is this year, I feel like you need your front seven. And the back secondary there, you're just going to be lacking against like the Herman Moores, Calvin Johnsons, Brian Finnerans, even some of the gold receivers like Larry Fitzgerald or Alshon Jeffrey. I mean, they're pretty beastly too when it comes to the aggressive catching against crap corners. So my experience with Draft Champions, I didn't like it. I didn't like that, I'm at a severe disadvantage at one position or the other on defense. And I didn't like the fact that, sometimes you're just stuck with really crappy playbooks. And, it sucks. That sucks to be stuck with playbooks you're not comfortable in. So Draft Champions and me, at least at this point, probably not a go. Later in the year, after I'm a little bit familiar with more playbooks than, just a handful, probably a little bit better at that point. I think I might enjoy it more. But as it stands, I'm pretty much just going to be sticking to regular team games and uploading these ranked games once a week. And, we'll go from there. So as you can see, we went from down 3-zip, for an early portion of the game to being up 17-3 and kind of just started to lock up a little bit, kind of adjusted to what he was doing and made some changes. And then offensively, we just started moving the ball much better. Really, really grinding on Marshawn Lynch, and or that sounded bad. Actually, we weren't grinding on Marshawn Lynch, relying on Marshawn Lynch, and we weren't trying to force stuff that we kind of were in the first quarter. So we definitely started up, getting the offense going, and defensively we made a couple good plays. Like that user pick on the screen, that was a good play. So right here, we're backed up in our own territory. We're just going to punt this ball away because we don't want to give them the ball back that close, risking going for it when we already have a couple possession lead. Just no point in giving them, pretty much easy free points. Right there, we came off the block. Unfortunately, I couldn't get back to the running back quickly enough. And then here he breaks a nice big one. He probably could have housed that, I'm thinking, if he would have bounced it to the outside. So sucks for him to make the decision to bring that back to the inside. Definitely not a good move. But he's kind of doing it now too with his run game. He's just relying on the run game. The run is tough to stop, guys, especially if you don't have the defense that you want, to fill up against the run. So I didn't. I had the Seahawks defense, and that's like the complete opposite style defense of what we've been labbing over here at Madden Turf. So didn't really work out very well for me as far as stopping the run goes. Right there, he tried to go over the middle. CPU makes a nice play. Unfortunately, we couldn't get away from him, get shoestring tackled. And right here, we're just going back to the run game, guys. And that's basically what's going to happen is the run game's just going to go for the next little bit. Hopefully here coming in the next, few videos, you guys will see me running the offense and defense that I'm actually familiar with. This was not it. But if you haven't had the opportunity yet, make sure to head over to www.maddenturf.com and check out all the things we got going over there, guys. We really have a lot of content coming up in the next couple weeks to really, try to start the year off strong and get you guys the things you need to, put yourselves in a position to win. And hopefully we can help you guys out. You can help us out and everybody's happy. So I want to thank you guys for watching this rank game. Make sure to look forward to the next one next week. Take care. Peace.